Hey everyone! So, you've reached the point where you are on the platform and you are ready to start teaching. The next step of recording and uploading a self-introduction video can be a daunting task because it is more than simply listing basic facts like qualifications, skills, hobbies, etc. Because teaching effectively implies both interaction and cooperation with your students. Hence, a confident, energetic, short video is the first step in bringing your wow factor alive for your clients. Make sure that you are dressed as you would for your lessons. Now, this means wearing a red Tutor ABC, iTutor Group or Core Force polo shirt, or any other basic red top that looks presentable on camera. At the end of the day, make sure that what you do choose to wear is comfortable, because your facial expressions will betray you when you least expect it. This also means making sure that you record in a quiet place where you're not going to be interrupted for about half an hour. We all know that you're a lot more confident when you know for sure that no one is listening to your speech. This is still kind of linked to our first step, but the focus here is to make sure that you have a clear background without any shadows or distractions. Now, sitting at your workstation, you need to appear professionally in front of the webcam with your head and shoulders showing, which obviously means not sitting too close or not too far away. If you have a logo branded backdrop, then make sure that it is placed behind you in a neat way. Unless you are a really talented and experienced actor, then it is highly unlikely that you're going to record a perfect introduction in one take. And that's actually a good thing. Getting through with muddling up those words and long pauses a few times gives you a chance to analyze what you've said. Have a careful look at your body language and facial expressions. All of these elements come together to make your introduction video stand out. Your video is your virtual business card. Take your time to think about and write down what you're going to say. Think of interesting ways to present yourself. Talk about your passions, your education, hobbies, anything that helps viewers know a little bit more about what it is that makes you a teacher with a wow factor. So go for it. Practice in front of the mirror. Watch examples of what other online teachers are doing so that you can incrementally throw out the things that you don't like and keep the things that are working. There are basically 4 little points to remember before you start recording. Smile, be animated, watch your tone, and look into the camera. Now, I cannot claim to be the authority on how to smile, but I can guarantee you that this is way more important than knowing the difference between a past perfect and present continuous verb. Just stop for a few seconds. No, really, stop. Have a look around you. Unfurrow your eyebrows. Unclench your jaw. Relax your shoulders. You see, a person's resting autopilot face can be anything from frowning at a pile of dirty dishes or smiling so unnaturally that your cheeks do cramp. Again, perhaps practice in front of a mirror to find your relaxed, genuine smile, even if you have to act. This applies more appropriately to your junior introduction videos. A lot of children already associate learning English with an element of stern-faced strictness that tends to make life boring. We're not going to ask you to throw glitter bombs and jump around the room, but use your facial expressions and hands to bring what you are saying to life. You may very well have heard the term TPR. TPR stands for Total Physical Response and is actually a well-researched teaching methodology pioneered by the American psychologist Dr. James Asher. Many people underestimate the importance of TPR. It is far more than just using your hands to teach. You see, when we learned our mother tongue at a young age, our parents and caregivers imparted language skills in a more physical way. They would first demonstrate something to us and then instruct us to respond in action. They didn't expect you to speak at all, actually, especially as a toddler. They basically wanted you to listen and comprehend or understand. Essentially, we acquire our mother tongue instead of just learning it like we do additional languages. It is basically a way of creating a mental link between what is said and what is done. So, bringing it back to your junior introduction video, use active gestures and props to appeal to the young ones. Again, don't overdo it. Children are intuitive enough to know if you're not being sincere. The same goes for adult clients. You want to keep it fun and animated, but to a lesser degree than with juniors. Getting past the recruitment stages means that you've already been screened on more than 3 occasions to hear if you are speaking with a clear and natural accent or tone of voice. Now, do me a favor. Listen to yourself on a voice note next time. Do me a quick favor. Listen to yourself on a voice note next time and decide whether you're speaking to be heard or understood. Your video is a 1-minute introduction to thousands of potential clients, so make sure that you speak slowly and clearly while avoiding slang words that only apply to your local dialect. Many juniors do find it easy to understand and hear the North American accent, but be warned. If you're going to use an American accent, make doubly sure that you stick to it. This also applies to sounding natural. The problem with memorizing a speech is that forgetting one word can trip everything up and leave you quite flustered. Speak from your heart. You already know who you are talking about. Make a small plan or sticky note covering the main ideas and imagine that you're simply speaking to someone that you know well. In most situations, we all appreciate eye contact when speaking to someone. Let's recap why looking into the webcam is so vital when making an introduction video. If you are speaking to someone in person, physically, you wouldn't like it if someone is talking to you like this and saying, "Hey, how are you?" So at this moment, I am looking at my own face on the camera or on the webcam feed. So I feel like, hey, I can see myself, that's great, but to your student, it feels like you are focusing on something else. A fun and easy way to record your introduction video is to use ManyCam. ManyCam has many little tricks that can take your standard selfie video and transform it into something amazing. Now, I'm going to start by opening ManyCam. Once ManyCam is open, play around with the effects in order to add something special to your video. The first step, of course, would be to add the Tutor ABC or iTutor Group logo. You can do this by scrolling down to the Objects folder, double-click. Here, you will find all manner of objects that you can place in your video frame, and you can also use the search bar to find what you are looking for. So I'm going to search for the logo. Once you find it, simply click it and it will be added to your frame. You can then move it around to your liking, and I also like to add a few more objects to make things interesting. Remember here not to add too many objects and props because, believe it or not, you are the star of your own video. Once you're happy with your frame, you can click Start Recording and do your thing. Once you've finished recording, click again and you'll be able to locate your recorded video in the default ManyCam folder on your computer. For those of you craving a little extra magic, make use of your computer's video editor to add some fun effects, some music, basically anything within reason that will make your 1-minute video stand out among the rest. Before uploading your video, review it with a friend and ask yourself the following questions. Can I see myself clearly in the frame? Can I hear myself well? Is the video quality and lighting high enough? Do I sound eager and confident, even if I have to act? Based on this short video, would I be excited to choose myself as a teacher?